Right, here we go. All right, so my goal behind this is to kind of give you guys some insight on JotForm and how it can relate to your Color Street business. So just to put this out there, JotForm is not something that is required to be successful with Color Street. It is an additional resource that we can use to kind of help us navigate our businesses and hopefully make things a little bit easier for us in the process. So I guess the most basic question that I can answer first is, what is JotForm? So JotForm is a third-party resource that we can use to help us make pretty forms, I guess you can say. The necessity behind JotForm came from basically when I joined, we had COVID. And so within the midst of that, we all needed some resources to help us in our businesses as far as like out of stocks go. We were experiencing a lot of out of stocks. People still wanted to buy, so we needed to have something to kind of help us in the meantime with that. My original first ever JotForm was for my wish list. Some of you may have seen my wish list. Some of you have probably filled out my wish list. I made that wish list so that people could still get what they wanted without having to feel like they couldn't get what they wanted. So I always took the wish list and I said, I know there's a lot of things out of stock. I know I don't have a lot of things in my inventory. Fill out your wish list, and as soon as something becomes available, I can contact you and I can tell you when something's in my inventory or available again. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into sharing my screen with you guys to kind of show you what I'm talking about. No, we don't need that. Okay, so here is the landing for JotForm. This is on my desktop. My original, very first JotForm that I made was my wish list. I did mention that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Jennifer's seen it because she filled it out for me ages ago when I first started. But this is what it looks like when you land in JotForm. And so we have forms here. These are 4 of the forms that I have. I do not pay for JotForm. I didn't pay to be able to have 100 different forms. I don't think it's necessary to pay. There aren't that many lists or forms that I feel like I need to have in order to be successful with Color Street. I probably don't utilize JotForm to the extent that it can be utilized. That's not to say that it's not helpful or beneficial. I just don't necessarily have a need for it 100% in my my business, but it does make things easier, and I'll show you right now. So when I first started with Color Street, I started with a wish list. Jennifer might remember this, but there wasn't a lot available on the website. So I made a wish list. I saw someone else do this. And basically what it was is it showed the different shades that we have. People could click off the ones that they wanted. They could scroll down to the bottom after they clicked off all the ones that they wanted. And they could submit this form to me so that I know what was on their wish list, so that when something became available, I could call them, message them, whatever, and get them what they needed. This was super important for me in the month of May, when there was literally nothing on the website. I had more wish lists coming, so people could feel like, okay, she hears me, she knows I want something and that it's not available right now. I'm gonna fill this out and she knows what I want. And I kid you not, I lived off of my wish lists. I would go through every week and I would look at my wish list and I would contact people when I had something available. So what it does is it comes through as a submission. If you've never utilized it before, it tells you when you have submissions here, like we're looking at my wish list. And what you do is you would just click the login required. I'm already logged in. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. But what you would do is you would look at the submissions, and I actually look at the submissions on my cell phone. It's just easier to do it there. So if you don't have the JotForm app, download it. I create the forms on my desktop and I look at the forms on my my cell phone. And so there's a few others that I have. I have one I want to show you guys what other people's for, because the easiest way to utilize this is to find a form that you like, maybe that somebody else has used, and to duplicate that. Because you guys, there's a lot of work that's involved in creating each one of the categories that are in, like this is just an order form. This is a form that someone else created. And what I did is I took it and I cloned it so that all of the information that I didn't want to change would be there. And then what I did is I went in and I added my own information, like here at the bottom is where I put my information. We're getting there. So I have a picture of me at the bottom with Titus. That's my own personalization on it. And so this form was actually cloned from somebody else's form. And I'll show you real quick how to do that. And I'll also show you how to get these countdown numbers on there too, because this is super helpful if you're selling from inventory. You can have the running total here on the right of what you have. You would enter the initial number. And then as people go here to kind of check, either check your inventory or check out of your inventory with this form, it'll drop the number and tell them how many of something you have left. And the best thing about JotForm is that you can clone forms. So first things first, I want to show you a couple of examples of really awesome JotForms that I personally like. I'm going to drop my screen down. So first and foremost is Monica. We all know Monica RC. So this is her checkout form. I don't have a checkout form. Monica swears by the checkout form. She sells a lot from her inventory. So if you're doing an inventory sale and you just want to have everything in one place, this is good to utilize a checkout form. So this is her Color Street checkout form and has everything that she has available here, just in picture form. There's the solids, there's the glitters, there's the nail art, there's the regular nail art, overlays, French petite, petties, summer, stylist lab, awareness shades. She always has this box in here, clear as day. Would you like to add on one sleeve? Would you like to add a full set? She has this one in here too, about something fun. Would you like to add a mystery set? They can click heck yeah, and they get it for $9. This is not the checkout form. So this is simply to collect the information. So here's where she has people comment how they want to be invoiced. And then you scroll down to the bottom, there's her personalization, super cute. And then they submit the form. So the great thing about this is that you will have these forms saved until you delete them. So it's a good way to keep yourself organized so you don't have to write down anything from people buying. You can simply have them fill out this form, and then you'll always have access to the form later in the app on your phone, or you can go onto your desktop and get it. It makes life a lot easier if you don't want to do pen and paper. Okay, so another really awesome form that I found today actually. This is from Allison Stephen French. She's in Pink Skies and Dragonflies. So this is just her inventory. So what she has is she has a person put their name in, and then this is the inventory. She has it where she has the items sold out. She just wrote sold out in the category with the item name. This is her presentation of an inventory. I personally like the idea of it dropping by number, just in case I have like one of something or I'm getting close to being sold out. I don't have to go in and change it like daily. It can just kind of keep ticking down the numbers for me. And then when it's sold out, it automatically says sold out to the customer so they don't accidentally buy something that I don't have. But this is also just another presentation of sharing your inventory. It's easy because I know by now a lot of us are getting those questions. Well, what do you have? So this is something you can just share a link to this form and say, well, here's my inventory form. It has everything that I personally have in stock. Go ahead and take a look, click on what you like, and it'll send me a little form and let me know what you want. And then at that time, you can use whatever invoicing system you like to send them an invoice. And of course, it helps if you have it, make it personal. Again, this is just another example of a form. So once you've decided, okay, I like that form, I think I want to use it, make sure you have the form open and you copy the link here to get to the form. If you want to use that form now for yourself, you need to go back over to JotForm and create a form. And this is where you have those options. You can use it, start from scratch, you can build it yourself, which is, if you like doing that, great. If not, you don't have to. It does take a while. You can use a template. So you can click to use a template and then search for something. Like I've clicked to use a template and I searched Color Street wish list, and anyone who's used that in their title, it'll bring it up under all of those templates. So you can use someone else's template that's in JotForm already. So play around with that. If there's something specific that you want, you can search the templates that are already there and see if somebody has created it already, and then edit it to fit your needs. And then you can also import a form, which is what I'm going to show you how to do now. So once you click import a form, it tells you, do you want to import it from a web page, clone your existing form, or import a PDF? We're going to import from a web page, and all you have to do is paste the link to the form that you want and click create form. And then it's going to just pop it up here and tell you, okay, here's your form. So I have pulled Monica's form in, and then what you want to do once you get here, so this is, I've imported Monica's form. It looks a little funky right now because I just simply imported the information she had there. So once you import a form, you obviously want to change the parts that don't have anything to do with you. And that's where these elements come into play over here. So I don't like that picture. You can remove it. And then you can, you want to add anything that you want to add to the form is over here on the left. I'm going to give you just the basics. Once you've imported a form, most of the hard work is done. Most of the hard work. But you do want to change the stuff that doesn't have anything to do with you. So I took Monica's picture out. You can edit the words here. So if I want to change this notes to Monica to notes to Geneva, boom, it's done. And so now I have notes to Geneva. I love importing from other forms because it kind of takes the hard work of the bones of it out. It has a lot of the pictures that I would already use anyway. And then I can kind of add my own personalization. So JotForm is really user-friendly. I recommend importing a form and then editing it. And editing it, you just have to play around with it. It's not hard. But you want to do, like at the top here, it says you can put a logo. So over here, I tapped, let me close that. I tapped add your own logo. And this little page on the right comes up. And then you just upload a file. So I'll go to my downloads, and just for fun, we'll put in one that I know will fit. I just did this party. So any like Facebook size like cover photo will fit at the top as your logo. These are going to look different on people's phones as they do online. So keep that in mind. You can always play around with the sizing of the logo and any of the other pictures. I personally like to keep, you know, the nail pictures and stuff there because I don't want to mess around with having to enter each and every picture in every category. Let's remove that and go back. So I have one, I thought I had one up. Oh yeah, here it is. Nope, that's Monica's. Okay, so once you've imported, you can preview your form when you're all done. This looks really weird. I don't know why it looks like that. Probably because hers was created on a cell phone originally. So it's gonna look the way it looks, but on a cell phone. You can change it to look on a tablet or on a phone. And you see there it fits better because it was created on a phone. And that's how it'll look when people pull it up on their phone. They'll see all that information and they can navigate through the form just like that. So that's the easiest way to create a form. So if you need ideas for forms, let me know. I can let you clone some of mine. If you want to, another easy way, like I mentioned, was to go into the template. I don't know why I did that. Oh, it signed me out. Okay, there we go. That's annoying. Log in. Sorry, let me log in real quick. All right. JotForm. I'm gonna delete that because I don't want to keep that one. Okay. So cloning is the easiest way, and I can give you access to all of these. I'll show you real quick. There's one that I wanted to update. So I'm going to go in and show you just a little bit of what I would do to update my form. You would just come over to the form, and on the right it says update. So on this particular one, I would like to add a logo, and I need to update update my widgets here. So there are some pieces of JotForm that are widgets and some pieces that are not. So basic stuff that you want to have in here is over here on the left. You can put a spot for a header, a name, email. In the meantime, I wouldn't mess around too much with this, especially if you see a form that you like that you can clone. That's going to keep the like HTML work a lot less for you. And I would just go in and edit out the information that doesn't pertain to you. So this form is really awesome. Like I said, it has the countdown. You would just go in and you would edit the number. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. But I want to show you real quick how to get in here and edit out the information. So here, I put me and TJ in there. To edit that out, when you're opening this form, you open my form, you'll see that obviously, right? You would need to remove that. And then you need to come over here, scroll down until you see add image. It's somewhere over here. Of course, I can't find it. Image, right there. Once you tap to add the image, it opens up a box on the right, and you would choose your image that you want to upload. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to find the image. I had the image somewhere. Where did you go, little TJ? I did this earlier. So you go in and you find your image. Let's just put that in there. And then you drop it in. And as soon as it updates, it'll go into the spot that you wanted it to be in. So you add the type of box that you want. Like this box, you can change. That's just a simple text box. Either short text or long text. It'll change the size of the box. So if I just put a short text in here, you can type a question and they can give you an answer. A paragraph section, you can do that as well, and then you can type in there to edit, like to have the words that you want. Like this was just a text box, like the paragraph box, and you just type what you want in there. But honestly, you guys, I clone my forms because I don't have time to sit here and create entire new forms. So my recommendation is to find a form that you like, either in templates or from me or from somebody else on our team, clone it and change it to what you want it to be. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to attempt to, yeah, there we go, edit this, because obviously this form is the most helpful. Question, details. See, this is a part that can be tricky. I am not an expert at JotForm. I just know why I like it and how I want to use it. And I'm trying to find how to edit that. Okay, there we go. So in here, I tap this little wand, widget settings, and items in the items box. This information has to stay here, and the number is going to be that you change is there. So if I change that to 10, and now says that I have 10 left. See, this is why I like to clone the forms, because I don't have to create this. I don't have to go into the form element and put a widget and tell what kind it is. I clone the form and then I change the form to match what I need it to be. So you can go in and you can make it, just change the number, and it'll update it so that when your customers go to this form, they will see an updated amount. And this is something you have to remember to do. Like, you know, anytime you get new inventory in the mail, obviously you want to go in and you want to add to your inventory so that your customers have an updated picture of what you have available. And it automatically saves. You can choose to publish it, which then it'll take you to, you know, your link, the link to your form. And once you have that link, you can share that link with your customers. And then you can also preview it ahead of time so you know what it's going to look like for your customers, either on their phone. It'll look like this for their phone, on their tablet, or on a desktop. Things tend to look a little bit more shrunken on a desktop. That's okay. Most people are looking on their phones anyway. So don't worry too much about that. But again, you know, you can take stuff out. If you don't like the clear as day part, you can take that out. There's things in these forms that I would have never thought to add myself. So seeing something that you like and cloning it is probably you know, it's a good idea. And then as we go through and, you know, new things are added, you can add a whole section for, I'll be updating this form very soon because I do want to have it available to put in my VIP group so that I don't have to post albums, because I was doing albums and then I got tired of doing that because I couldn't keep updated with it. This can take the place of that. If you just tell them you want, here's the link to Shop My Stash. It gives you all of the things that I have available. And then since the only thing missing from this form is the pregnancy and infant loss awareness and the breast cancer awareness. And that's not hard to make. So you can go down to, I'm going to add that in real quick because I want you guys to see how to do that. So let's say you want to add a section to a form that you've cloned. You would have to add a form element. And if I want it to look like this, we're going to add an image first of what we want to add. So it's going to add a box. And the last thing that you were clicked on, when you go to add an element, that's what it's going to put in next. It's going to put it right under that. So I want to have the next, I do have MS sets available still, so I'm going to leave that there. But I want to add in the infant and pregnancy loss awareness. So I'm going to go to properties, I believe it is, general, choose a file, and then upload the file. So then you go in, you have to, and it helps to know where you have these pictures and stuff on your computer. I have to scroll down a bit because they're all over the place on my computer. There we go. So then it added the picture of that set in right under, you know, the MS one. And what I tend to do is I'll copy something that I want, if I want it to sound similar, I'll just copy it there. And then I'll add the next form element. So I want to put text in. We want to do a paragraph section. And then I just paste like this. And then we change it to and pregnancy awareness. And then it has all the information on the picture already. You can put the name, you can put whatever you want there. This one is 13 because it is a design set. And then the buy 3 get 1 free. You can see here that they had a special deal going for themselves: buy 6 get 2 free, buy 9 get 4 free. I mean, that's kind of redundant because we know that, but you can choose to take it out. I don't normally give the deal on my stash sales, so I'll probably take that out. And then once you're done, you just click save, and now I have that there. I can go in and I can take that part out if I don't want that in there. So you can kind of play around with it. Adding the elements is not entirely difficult, but you have to know what it is you're trying to add. So the next one, I do want to put breast cancer awareness in there. So I'm going to add the image first. And then I'm going to find the image over here. I'm moving you guys around a lot because I have stuff all over my computer. So then you go in and you find your image right there. Now I have breast cancer awareness in there. I have both sets. So I want to make sure I have the text. And now with this one, they need options, right? So I want to give them a multiple choice option. And you can type in Pink Warrior. I usually put in the price after. And then, what was the other one? Choose Hope. Choose Hope, which is $13. And then just delete the ones you don't need. Breast cancer awareness sets. And then you can leave it at that. And so now it shows the picture, and now they have the option to choose the one they want. I'll probably, actually, I will more than likely change that to be like this widget here. That's a widget that's not a, that's not just a multiple choice, and I'll show you that real quick since I want you guys to know what you're dealing with. So I want to change this. I'm going to remove it and then go over to widgets. And the widget you want to show a number is gift registry because it has the item numbers next to it. So you need to change the title to breast cancer awareness. And then pink warrior. Oh, we got to change it over here. Pink warrior. We know is $12. And then I'll just leave it at 10. And then item number 2, we're changing it over here on the right, is choose hope, which is $13. And then you just remove all the rest of the items you don't want. And you can leave, if you have a lot of inventory, you can always leave the widget to say unlimited in between those if you want. So I'm going to leave that now. I don't know why it has multiples there. That looks weird. Let me edit that. Probably because, there we go. Now it's gone. Okay. So yeah, it definitely helps, like I said, to have that moved it in the wrong spot. Okay, so that's a good thing to show you though. It's in the wrong spot. So what do I do to move it back? You simply scroll up to where you want it to be and put it where it needs to go. So you can move it underneath where it needs to go. I don't know why it changed that part. Awareness. And I would have never tackled JotForm if I did not know about the cloning feature. I have done a JotForm from scratch and it took forever. And I would not do that again because it took forever. So I'm going to change this one as well to the widget because I want to have a number. So simple like that. You take out what you don't need, change what you do. Once it's there, it's easy to navigate. 15. Let's just leave it at 10. Delete the extra space so that it doesn't look weird. And then close that. I'm probably writing this wrong, forgive me. And then I'm gonna move it up. You just grab it on the side, scroll up with it, and take it where you need it to be, which is underneath that picture here. And now they can check mark that box, infant loss awareness. Oh, I did type it right. Thank you, Jesus. My brain is not completely fried. Yeah, so I'm gonna unmute yourselves while I'm in the middle of this and ask me whatever questions that you might be thinking of. If I left something out that is important to you to know, let me know now so I can tackle that. What's up, Tanetta?
Okay, I don't have any questions. I don't think. I probably will have a million after this is over and done because that's just how things go.
That's okay.
But I am glad that I was trying to figure out how to do the text like under the picture. I kept trying to put it all in one box is what I was thinking it was supposed to do, but now it makes a lot of sense that no, that's something else. So that is good to know. I'm glad you showed that. And that gift registry widget, I have a copy of the one from that was already set, but I couldn't figure out where to find that widget at. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it can be hard to find. It's under, once you go in and you're in the form and you're looking to add it, it's under the form elements here. And then you have to go over to widgets and search for gift registry. And that's what makes it hard to find. It's not just up at the top. You do have to search for gift registry to use it. And I'm changing the MS thing real quick because I want it to say, oh wait, it went down here. Sorry, scrolling, making y'all dizzy. MS awareness.
No, you did.
You can double click the box or you can hit the little widget settings and then the gray box on the right pops up.
Yeah.
And then you just eliminate what you don't want, and then change what you do want, but don't delete the little brackets, because that's the
Right.
formatting for that.
Okay.
What was the name of that set? Now I can't remember.
Never forgotten. No, not Never Forgotten. It's not Day by Day.
Called? Day by Day. Good grief, I cannot remember that. Day by Day. And I usually always put the price right next to the item so that they know it's not for everything, it's just for that item. And then that gives them an option to click and take it. And then in there, I know I said this already, but you change the amount in between brackets. So just change the number and it'll add it.
Okay.
Countdown.
But yeah, I also love that feature. I love the countdown feature. I think that is awesome.
Yeah, me too. And I think even if you just want to utilize this as an inventory form, you know, you can just have it like that. It's great. But they can check out from this form. They can click it and obviously, and it'll send you the form information.
Okay.
And it sends it to you in the app or in an email. It lets you know someone filled out your form through email. So you can look at it that way. But I have the JotForm app downloaded. It's just easier for me to scroll through because it says you have a new submission, and it puts them all the way up at the top, and you can view the submissions. And they don't disappear. Like I have my submissions for my wish list all the way back from May. So I mean, I use that sometimes. I'm like, oh, somebody said they like this, you know. So I keep my wish list for that reason. But I'm definitely gonna finish updating this. I need to take that out because that's not current. The patriotic stuff.
Yeah.
Lifetime Gal does need to go into the fall section, and so you know, obviously, I need to update the fall pictures because this is part of the fall designs. But yeah, okay, there it is. But I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and do is do some updates.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna update it. If you guys want to wait till I update it and then clone it from that, I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay, that works. That works for me.
And the biggest piece of the puzzle is just knowing how to change it to make it your own. So I like to sometimes use the Facebook cover photo that I currently have as my logo picture. Because then people go, oh, okay, there she is. That's her page. Yep, this is her thing. You know, just kind of takes down the user error. So then people can kind of see, okay, it's the same thing. And it will look different on their phone than it does on their computer. It'll be a little bit shrunken down on the computer, but it's still the same thing. The stuff is still the same. I usually tell people I would look at it on your phone just because everything fits the screen better. It's just formatted better for devices as opposed to computers.
Yeah, I didn't know they had an app. That's cool. I have to check that out.
Yes.
I have to check that out.
You are limited to the number of forms you can have in the free version. So keep that in mind. However,
yeah, I think it's 5. I found that out.
I think it's 5. But really, I mean, you don't want to have too many balls in the air anyway. I mean, you know, I have a form for, you know, I do have a form ready for my subscription box. That was a clone from someone else. I did one for a hostess, like a multi-hostess party. That was
my next question.
So I had a Fall in Love with Color Street. You can easily clone in this, like up here, this box has all of their names. So when they're going in the multi-hostess party, they can choose their hostess and then shop for what they want and then click submit, and your information shows it as like a checkout form. So whoever they checked out, it'll tell you this is for Sally, this is what they picked, you know, and then after that, because we cannot use JotForm for selling. We cannot attach an invoicing system. We can't take payment through JotForm. We are not allowed to do that. We can do this, but the line is drawn at actually taking money. So this is just a form of collecting information. So remember to use that.
Okay, so I have a question then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this form, you're saying that you use this for a multi-hostess party, right?
Yes,
but
ma'am.
Are these people shopping through your inventory?
Yes.
Or how? Okay.
So this was
instead of going to the website.
Right. If you want to do the website, like if you create the hostess links like you normally would, but instead of a JotForm, you need to create a link tree.
Which I don't know how to do, but okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to show you. I'm going to start recording on JotForm and then I'll show you Linktree. But let me finish out JotForm and then I can jump on real quick and show you. Jen, did you have any questions about JotForm? You good? Okay. So multi-hostess is just a matter of adding another box with a multi choice option. You can easily just clone your inventory form and add this box here with the different hostess names. And it can be as simple as cloning that inventory form, adding the hostess names, and then maybe changing the top graphic to be something, you know, related to the theme if the party has a theme, or if you want just a completely different look altogether. I had this top picture was actually when it was for those stylists, for those hostess, sorry, I had a picture with all of the hostesses up there. So they saw their faces. It was the same it was the same picture as was on the top of their party page. So they came right over and they're like, okay, yep, that's the same thing. This is where I need to be. You got to keep it as simple as possible for people so that he doesn't get lost in translation and they're like, I don't understand. So definitely as many times as you can use the same graphic, either from your VIP group to this or from your party to this, do that so that people will be like, okay, yep, that's the same thing, and they can go through and they can do what they need to do. My other forms that I have, I talked about my wish list. My order form is the inventory, basically, that's with the countdown. The subscription box, I am probably gonna change this, but it was just a clone from Haley Grammer. I might change this graphic, but it looks bigger on the cell phone. But hers is pretty simple and straightforward. That's why I liked it. But I'm going to put some pictures in here of what they can get in a subscription box because no one's ever done that with me before. So I'm probably going to take some pictures of stuff, my own stuff to make graphics, and then just add pictures in and just leave it at this. So these are the options that I'm going to have for people. They can do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I have worked up to this point in subscription boxes. My subscription boxes before, Tanetta kind of knows what that looks like, was another one from Monica where, you know, it said if you buy a mini, it's $15. You buy a mega, it's 2 sets that are, you know, like $35. And then they have an option for 4 sets and an option for XYZ sets. I like this model better just because I feel like people can kind of decide how many they want, how many months they want, and it's just a little bit more streamlined, but there are lots of options. I'm trying to see if I can find, let me see if I can find Monica's real quick and I'll show you hers. Let's see if I can find hers. Now that I'm logged in, we're gonna get some noise. Sorry, ladies. There it is. Okay, so here's hers. Hers goes as like a mini of the month. So this is kind of what I modeled mine after I changed the top to look like me and all that. But Monica's Mani of the Month Club, she has different like tier options. So you can do a mini with one surprise set and a swag, a mega, a maxi, or a magnum. This works really well if you're trying to train your people how to do a subscription box because it gives them options for a lot of different price points. Also keep in mind your price for this too. If $15 isn't a number that you're willing to go with, change it. Make a different graphic. Make it a number that's more comfortable for you, for your mini, and then just kind of go up if it's something like you want to do like this. I like having options for customers. Visuals are always a good thing as well. Honestly, I truly just copied Monica's form, the graphic, and I made sure to say on there, like she says it right there too, the photos are examples only. Each Mani of the month will be a random surprise, and price includes your shipping. So that's another reason why I like JotForm, because you can basically take a good idea and make it your own with changing out some pictures and stuff. And so I love this one. I can keep this up and send it to you guys if you want to try to clone this one, if you want to try Mani of the Month. I tried it and I liked it. It went really well in my group for a bit. I kind of backed off of that just because we've had so many launches and stuff. So I've been doing bundles specific to the launches, but this is totally an incredible idea. It lets you spoil your VIPs a little bit. We know where to get good swag, affordable swag at this point, right? So we know where to get some affordable stuff to throw a little cute mini or mega or whatever bundle together. I was sending out little zipper bags that I had found on Amazon. I think they ended up being about $1 per bag, just so they can have like a Mani of the Month bag. It was a little bit more special than just putting a set in the mail with a couple of, you know, swag items. So if you like that idea, I can share the link to that and you can clone that. Let me move this over here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If y'all don't have any more questions, I'll stop recording and we can talk about Linktree. Yep, we don't need to look at that. Let's see. Where am I at? Help me, Jesus. All right, hold on. I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. Nope, there we not go. Nope, still not there. Don't mind me. Just haven't. Oh, here we go. Stop share. There we go. All right.